In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDirector for Mac, we'd like to introduce you to the initial steps of working with titles. This also applies to Windows users. To get to titles, you click on the T on the upper left side with the icons, or press the F7 function key. That gets you to your title room. The title room is divided vertically into two panels. The panel on the right is the panel that will show everything highlighted in the categories that are clicked on the left. It gives you the thumbnail, and you can click on any of these particular objects and you can see what the title looks like, if it has animation, how that works. So this gives you a good analysis of that particular pre-designed title. Obviously, you can click on any of the subcategories and it will give you those as well. If you want more real estate in that left panel, just click on the blue arrow pointing left. That will minimize it, and you still have the same subcategories that you can choose from the top drop-down menu. What we're going to do now is we're going to click on the text-only subcategory and put our first title into our project. Titles belong on video tracks. Now, you can't put it on the same video track as a video or a track containing a graphic image. It will override it. But you can stack it on top of that on another track. I'm going to take the default title and drag and drop it on track number 2. In the default stacking order, it would be the lower track, but it's always the higher numbered track. So now I have the My Title sitting on top of this graphic image. I want to edit it. How do I do that? I'll double click on it. That opens my title designer. And so here I have the option of doing some editing on this. By the way, when you edit any of the existing titles in your copy of PowerDirector, it's non-destructive. You cannot ruin them so they can't be used again. There are 3 elements of the title that we're going to be concerned about. One is the content. That's the actual letters. The second is the appearance, and the third is how they move in time. That's animation. Now, when I look on the initial screen, I have 2 buttons above the preview screen. One says Basic, and that may be on by default in your system. The other is Advanced. There are some very powerful tools available in Advanced. I'm not even going to think about using Basic. So I would encourage you, first of all, go to Advanced and click the button. This will save as settings for the future. What that does is it gives you an animation tab at the top. It also gives you an object settings option, which gives you much more creative control over your titles. So that's what I'd encourage most users to do. Let's think about content first of all. To change the content, you edit it in a pretty intuitive way. Drag across the letters and type what you want. I'll type example. And now I've changed it. But there's another way to edit that. I can go up here where it says T and take the example, and I can type new example, and I'll have the same result. Now this is because you can have multiple titles on the screen and the same title. So what I can do is I can actually add more on this screen, but that's a separate lesson. We won't deal with that right now. I can take and move this around. All I have to do is hold on to one of the 4 corners. You notice I have a pink line for horizontal center, another one for vertical center, and I can center on both horizontal and vertical if I desire, or adjust it any way I like. So now I have my text in my title. There's 2 other things I want to change. One would be the look and feel of the title, the font face, the outline, border, all that. The other thing I have control over is animation. How does the title move? How does it appear? How does it disappear? That's what these 2 tabs on the left are for. The Object tab controls the appearance of the title. And we have here 6 categories that allow us to modify that title. There are so many things you can do. We're going to have tutorials on each of them. But let me give you a quick overview of the easy way to change a title. That's by using character presets. If I click on the arrow, I'll expand that, and I see I have all these presets available to me in PowerDirector. I simply, with the title highlighted, can click on any of them, and it will change every character in my title to fit the preset. The good news is I can take the preset and modify it and save it as a customized preset. We'll show you in a moment a simple way to do that. But now I can change it. I also can highlight part of the title and just change that to another preset if I wanted to. There are not many cases where I think I would probably do something exactly like that, so I'll highlight everything and make them uniform again. So you can use all of these presets. As you get to use the Title Designer, you'll learn how you can create all of the presets you see here and many, many more. But like the titles, the presets are built in. You can edit them all day long. It's not destructive editing. So I have some presets. Let's assume I like this, but I'd like to change something about it. So I'm going to try one other feature just to illustrate. Let's go into Font Paragraph. Again, we'll have more details about this. Let's say I want to change the face of the letters. Right now it's set to yellow, and I can just move and change it using my color picker, say to green, and maybe we'll change it to a kind of a bluish green. And then I'll close my color window, and I've changed part of it. If I like the changes, I can save it as my own custom preset. I click on Save As. I'll give it a title. I'll call it My Example, and press Enter. And now I've got a preset that I can use in this project or other projects. I can also take this and edit it if I'm not finished with it and modify it more. So there's an infinite number of variations that you can bring to anything you're using in the Title Designer in PowerDirector. The other thing I wanted to look at, besides the look and feel, and we'll have many lessons on how to change that, is the Animation tab. I have an In animation and I have an Out animation. Let me expand the In animation. Here are all of the effects that are available for In animation. The default is the No Effect. That's the blue X. There is no starting animation. But to see what it looks like, I simply click on it. And in the Preview panel, I'm going to see how that particular animation is going to impact my title. You can have different titles on the screen at the same time with different animation characteristics. Let's leave this one going for now. So I'm going to close the In animation panel and do the Out animation panel. Again, the default is the blue X with nothing. I can drag down through all the options we find here, and I can take this one or this one and use it as my Out animation. If I'm not satisfied with it, if I want to turn the Out animation off, I simply click on No Effect. I'll leave it on for now for illustrative purposes. So you can modify in and out. In the future, we'll show you even more things you can do with animating text. But that's how you can change that in PowerDirector. Again, if I want to save this with the animation I've done, all I do is click on Save As, and I can use it again. When I'm done animating, I click on the OK tab, and I've saved it on my timeline. Now, if I go to the beginning of my project, I have my graphic image on the back. I have my new edited text on the front, my title. Go back to the main screen. We'll hit play. And now we see our new title come down, and it locks in there. And toward the end, when the title is about finished, it will do the exit animation. So that's a very easy way to begin to work with titles. There's lots to learn, lots to experiment with, and we will have tutorials about all of it in upcoming sessions.